Hey everybody, welcome to Rivals of Waterdeep, episode 56, season 6? Episode. I was like, it's the season and the episode match.
Yeah.
They match, guys. That's what confused me. I know, it's weird. So we're over halfway done with the season, which is great.
Crazy.
Let's start, go around, share our name, pronouns, all that stuff, starting with Tanya.
Hey, I'm Tanya, also known as your paladin, Sleece Astorio. Both Sleece and I's pronouns are she, her.
I'm Brandon Stennis. I play Ren Leadon, and pronouns for both me and Ren are he, him.
And I am Cicero Holmes. I play your halfling bard, Perrin Underbow. I had to think about that. And both Perrin and my's pronouns are he, him.
And I'm Shareef Jackson. I'm your DM. Play all NPCs, including Shaka, Tiefling Warlock. Pronouns he, him. I think the reason we're a little off is because it's like unseasonably warm.
Yes.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Like I was outside, took off my hat for the first time in like a while. My head was sweating. Yeah. I mean, it's not hot,
No.
but you know,
55 degrees
Yeah.
is a veritable
Yeah.
heat wave
yeah, it's nuts. Like,
for the North Midwest at this time of year.
yeah, thank you. That was a meteorologist voice. Huh? That was a meteorologist voice.
The VA voice jumped out.
It's 55 degrees. Pretty good. All right, pretty good.
Yeah,
we might
thank
have a next career for you.
All right. Hey, well, if there's anybody out there that's looking for somebody,
Wow.
All right,
holler
so let's talk about some of our endorsers, our seller friends.
tell a friend.
So let's start with D&D Beyond. We have all our character sheets, our source books, all that stuff on dndbeyond.com. So thank you so much, y'all, for like providing all of that material. We are giving away a bundle. What kind of bundle? Tony?
Adventurer.
An adventurer bundle.
I checked before the show.
Yeah. So if you are in the Twitch chat live, which you can join us, there will be a code word in the chat. You enter that, and then you'll get entered in the raffle, and you will win that adventures bundle. So good luck to everybody that is watching live. Make sure to check them out at dndbeyond.com as well. Our dice trays and vaults, as you can see one here, are provided by Wormwood. And if you go to wormwoodgaming.com and you use the code RIVALS, you can get free domestic shipping on your purchase. Inside of our stuff is our level up dice. And these are actually really nice.
Yeah, they are.
I actually might borrow
No.
those.
Right.
And if you use our Diceomancy program by going to bit.ly/LUD Rivals of Waterdeep, it will give us points when you purchase things, which will help us to like get things, and then we will potentially raffle those back off to the community as well. So make sure to use that link if you're buying anything at Level Up Dice. We also have some notebooks, which I will hold up slowly, unlike last time, by the Rook and the Raven. So if you want to take notes, if you want to write down things, if you want to keep your initiative track, all that good stuff, make sure to go to the rookandtheraven.com. And if you use the code RIVALS, you'll get 15% off of your order there. And Eldridge Foundry, who recently did minis of us, which are currently getting painted and beautified. If you go to eldridge-foundry.com and you use the code RIVALSDND, you'll get 10% off of your order from there.
Guys, I recently saw some of the workups for the models for our minis. The painting is coming along very nicely.
Okay.
Very, very nicely.
Okay, good.
Yes. I'm really excited about them.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've never actually painted like a mini before. Have you guys done any like? Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like really hard because it's like
So small.
It's
super detailed, right?
Fiddly.
That's
Fiddly.
the good word
Did
for
you
it.
do one for Dragon Age, right?
I repainted the Dragon Age bus, but I have painted minis.
nice. Yeah, because they're so small. You gotta like.
I have a lot of very fine brushes.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't have the motor control. Like I would
Yeah,
do
that's
like a little,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. My hand's not steady enough to paint
Yeah.
with them. So, like, that's
Yeah.
That's why you drink while you paint.
Right. Right.
I make you more
I paint with
steady?
this hand. So-
It would make me much less steady. I'd be like this.
But then it's like you just relax. You're not worried about it, and that's what primer and paint remover's for. Okay, all right, and multiple layers.
Cool. Yeah. Because like I might try to paint the.
We should do
the
that
mini
one day.
that we got.
We should do a painting stream.
I mean,
Seriously,
yeah, sure.
we should do it. Everything's content.
Live planning on stream for future content.
Yes.
know?
My minis will all be Pollock paintings. So Jackson Pollock's.
Okay. All right. Cool.
That's
all right.
an art joke for y'all.
You are so cultured. You are so cultured.
Yes.
Are we bougie?
My pinky was in the air as I made that comment.
All right. Are we ready to recap?
Yeah, because Celise is like, "What happened? Why am I in a closet?"
That's right. Trapped in the closet. No. All right. Actually,
Strike that.
let's strike that. Actually,
Yeah.
that was a joke, but I am removing that joke from time because he is trash.
Yeah.
All right. Previously on Rivals of Waterdeep. Sha. All right, Celise, please describe in detail what happened last week.
Celise will abstain because she was apparently trapped in some random room somewhere.
You were, but before you were trapped, you were still kind of like leaning against this door.
Oh yeah, we were watching What's His Face and this whole explanation of what was going on.
Yeah.
And Celise was just kind of like,
Yeah,
this is
so
happening.
What was going on?
So Thavius was on the ground
Yes.
and was saying how he wanted to die. And we were trying to, he was near death because he was the slug or the snail.
Yes.
And then transmogrified back into, or transmogrified, excuse me, back into Thavius and looked like he was near death. So Rin and Perrin did what they could to bring him at least close back to life. Give him some health. They helped him regenerate some health. Duo tried to kill him.
Yes.
Yes,
He tried. Yes, he definitely tried.
and rightfully so.
So why were y'all trying to keep him alive?
Because we wanted information from him. He knew things. He knew why he took over Troll Skull Manor. He knew why the people were there entranced. He knew what happened in El Terrell. And so there was lots of information that our characters really needed to get out of him before he died. But he was not trying to be forthcoming with that information. So Perrin decided to torture him. Persuade him via pain to be forthcoming with the information, and then we Rin Duo and Perrin went to investigate the door where Celise was. She opened the door when she saw, that Thavius was there. If Thavius was, if we were talking to Thavius, who was behind the door that it's still locked? So she opened the door and she heard something that said, and Perrin noticed it.
Gotcha.
That said, "Gotcha," and grabbed Celise and pulled her inside the door. So as we were seeing this and realizing that was happening, our elf friend, whose name escapes me, Corinne, walked directly over to Thavius, who was unguarded at this point, but still alive.
Yeah, he was unconscious pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. So Perrin's aggressive questioning left him unable to answer any more questions because he was unconscious. And Corinne went over and immediately stabbed him through the chest. And then Thavius disappeared.
Yes, he did.
So that was
he left an imprint in the ground in
Yes.
the same way the woman from a couple episodes ago, when she melted into the ground, also left a similar imprint.
Right.
So yes, so Thavius's body disappeared.
Yeah. So then, you can imagine that Perrin and Rin were less than pleased with Corinne's rash decision. Corinne tried to justify it by saying that he had to die, and also was less than pleased with us because of the state in which he felt we left his ancestral home.
Yes.
And through some convincing between Rin and Perrin, we convinced them that we basically are on the same side. We're not fans of what he did. He's not fans of what we did, but we need to work together. He said that he had some answers, and then we persuaded him to go after the person who is responsible for all of this, which is behind that door, and had taken our paladin, Celise, and we need to find Celise. And so we sent him through the door first, and he disappeared.
Yes. Yeah.
Then Duo went through. Did Rin go through the door next, or Duo?
No. A whole bunch of stuff happened before you guys went.
Yeah.
through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
The people went crazy.
Not the people that were no. So when Thavius first got up at the beginning, he was asking for someone named Gideon,
That's right.
like before you tortured him.
Yes.
And Corinne killed him. So after then you guys went up to the door, and then the people started sharing this riddle,
Right.
which Perrin solved in 5 seconds, which I was like, oh crap. Yeah. So like the riddle one was, if you take away one letter, I murder. If you take away 2 letters, I become sick. So like Perrin guessed skill, and then the door opened.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then all you saw was darkness.
Right.
And before Corinne went into the door, he mentioned that the Castellanters.
Right.
So he mentioned another family
Right.
that he said has had rumors about them in terms of like, maybe some illicit things that could be linked to Avernus as well. So he suggested that should be the next place that we go.
Yeah.
Then he went into the thing and kind of
Right.
disappeared.
And then, so I guess the B plot during this episode was that Rin was talking, manager Rin
Yes, manager.
was talking to some of the guests,
Yes.
some of the people, the possessed guests at the Scare B&B. And he talked to the very fancy one, and that person asked for a Shirley Temple. And then Rin decided to make what he believed to be a Shirley Temple to be, which was 1/2 of an orange, 1/2 of a lemon, in a big mug with whiskey and garnish.
Yes, garnish.
And a little garnish.
Yes.
Right. It was a Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple?
Yeah. Yes. Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
So he made that and presented it to that person. And then, as Rin is wont to do, Rin became smitten with the next person who came down the stairs.
Yes.
The amazingly, immaculately beautiful
Yes.
Gideon, a.k.a. Shaza Zulu.
Yes, Gideon. He came down the stairs. He was asking for Thavius.
Yes.
None of you could give a sufficient answer. So Corinne's sword was still in the ground from stabbing Thavius, so he picked it up and dueled with y'all.
Yes.
Punch Rin in the face.
Yes. Yes.
Just punch him in the face, which was pretty good. Also pretty good was Perrin just kept failing.
Yes.
He just kept
Oh man, he was
over and over again.
Yeah, he was trying to make him ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So speaking of that, Rin scarred his face.
Yes.
So he slashed him with the ice knife,
Right.
and actually made a scar on his face.
Right.
Gideon, in shame, retreated into the sort of black room, and then you guys, followed him in there, and Duo was still in the kitchen, like,
Yeah.
That is
like,
correct.
hello.
Yes.
So Duo's been left once again on his own.
Yeah.
Poor Duo.
Poor Duo.
Or Duo.
Yeah, in the kitchen making more Shirley temples.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're in the abyss.
Yes. So that is a very nice recap. Anything else y'all want to bring up? Came up last time.
There were a lot of PUs.
There were a lot of P's.
There were a lot of good PUs. Don't expect that this time.
Feast or famine.
Right.
Here. Like there's no average. It's either way up or way down. All right. So you guys ready?
Yeah.
Come in.
Let's do it.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So all everyone sees is blackness. So
Keep on.
sure. Yeah. So as you all have gone into this dark room, you all still feel like you're in a room, but you can't see anything, but you can feel the presence of other people.
Oh, so we can't even see each other,
No, you cannot see each other.
but we can feel the presence of
So
other people.
actually, all you can see is, do you remember you cast light on this
Yes.
little like thing?
Yes.
You can see a small piece of light over in the corner.
Oh, okay. So
But it's not enough that you can actually see anything around it.
right,
It's
but
just
you
like
can
a
see that the light is there.
Yes, it's almost like a lit penny or something.
So there is at least a belief that we're in that room.
That is what you would believe because
Yeah.
you were in a room, right? Like what else could it be?
Okay.
So what do you guys say or do?
Let me see. Well, yeah, Ren would probably call for Perrin because we both went in there. See, Perrin, can you see anything? I can't see anything.
No.
Can I hear it?
Yes. You can
I
hear
can
him.
hear
Just like,
and
no.
you can hear him as well, Celise.
So I can hear them. Ren, is that you?
Oh, Celise, you're here. We've been looking for you. Wait, I can't see anything. Where are you at exactly?
Both of you are positively unseen.
Well, it is pitch black. So Celise, so are we? Are our feet on solid ground, or are we just literally floating?
Your feet are on solid ground.
So Celise is gonna like kind of reach behind, like basically see if there's a wall or anything that she can feel.
There's nothing in your immediate area. You can walk around and try to see if you can find something, but there's nothing like if like you put your hands around, you wouldn't feel anything.
So I'm going to cast Blinding Smite so that we have some light.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna like focus it right in front of me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna smite myself because I'm not evil, but so that there's at least a flash of light for a couple minutes.
Okay. Let me see. Before you do that, I'll say that you do get you're hearing like kind of small little sneers, sort of in a like all around you in like a circle, like
A sneer.
yeah. It almost sounds like you like hear things in the background that are like not a sneer. That's like a look, right?
Yeah.
Like a what's the word for
Snicker?
it? Yeah. Like devilish laughter.
Yeah. Snickering.
Yeah. Like a snickering.
Am I able to tell how close it is?
No, because it sounds like it's all around you. So some sounds close, some sounds far away. It like sounds like it's like sort of almost vibrating around you.
Okay, and would I be able to tell how far Ren is from me from hearing him talk?
No, I don't think Celise is a bat. I don't think you have.
Well, I mean, wow.
Unless you've morphed into a bat, maybe.
I mean, I was gone last week. You never know.
You might have echolocation.
I mean, we did level.
He's like leveled into bat.
I took a level of transmogrification or whatever. I'm gonna take a chance, but I'm gonna call out what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm casting Blinding Smite so we can see each other.
All right, sounds wonderful.
Wait, don't do that.
I want to see.
Worried if I'll hit you? Are you? I mean, you. I don't know about you anymore, Perrin.
Well, Perrin's gonna pull out like, I don't know, a stick or something that he's got on him,
sure, you have something.
and cast the cantrip light on that and hold it up in the air.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't let me have any fun.
All right.
Damn it.
So you cast the cantrip light on the stick.
Yes.
And as with the coin, this is a little bigger, so you can see more around that stick.
Yes.
But it doesn't like illuminate the whole room.
Huh.
So I could say you can see maybe 5 inches in front of you.
Wow. Oh, okay.
So like there's a sphere of light around you, so they can see you now.
oh,
But,
okay.
But like you can't see like.
So they can see where that light is emanating from.
Yes.
Light emanating from
Don't
this stick.
don't do it. Don't do it.
But
So
I
all they
can't.
see is like
Right.
is like a shroud of light,
Yes. Okay.
and they're not sure it's you yet,
Right.
but I'm sure you'll tell them because you'll congratulate yourself.
Yeah. Do you see? Can you see now? I can't see much in front of me, but can you see me?
I still can't see you. No. I see light, but not you.
I see a light, but that could be anything.
But can I like crawl towards
You
the
were a
light?
mage, cast fire. Oh my god.
Oh,
Cast
true.
fire?
No, but that's I light things on fire all the
Don't you
time
have burning
though.
hands?
I mean, if you want to cast fire,
I'm scared. I'm gonna burn everybody.
Yes.
Let's not do
Don't you have
that.
like burning hands or something?
This is
Let me see. I don't think let me see.
this is Rin casting fire is
it's like it's like a meme at this point.
it's front with peril.
Yeah. All right. So so do you guys go toward the light, away from the light? Do you stay where you
That
are?
light is.
I'm gonna try to crawl towards light because I know like parents' height.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to crawl.
So like your belly on the ground crawling.
or like just on all fours because I feel like
Okay,
that's a little too
Okay.
unnecessary to be
Combat-
like all the way on the
combat
ground.
crawl.
Yeah, I thought you were going prone. I thought you were going prone.
And
Okay.
it- yeah.
All right. Yeah. So as you put your hands on the ground, when you were standing on the ground, it felt like you were standing on something solid.
Mm-hmm.
When you put your hands on the ground, it feels a little more squishy.
Ooh.
Like not like it's going through the ground, but it feels less like a solid substance when
See,
you,
that's how I should touch the ground.
when you put your hand on there.
All right, Parrot, I'm crawling towards you. Just let me know if I hit you or if you feel my presence near you.
Can
Okay, as you lift each hand,
Mm-hmm.
there's like a liquid that's connected to your hand as it goes down. So it's like
Okay, this is not a good choice.
as you go there.
are you still gonna continue to do
So
that?
like you're like not stuck or anything, but it does feel like you're slowing down a little bit, but just a tiny bit as you go, as like only like you would notice though.
Okay.
Is this the field of bodies again?
You guys don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
So you could have
So
let
at
me
this
cast
point-
Mind Smite.
Well,
Are there-
actually, Perrin, because you're lit, you could look, you could look down and see what's going on.
I wouldn't know to look
but
down
like no
at
one
this
else.
point.
Yeah, but like
Do I?
no
Can
one
I
else
hear
see.
my knocks?
Can you hear your knocks?
No, I said my knocks from
my knocks.
from Empire Strikes Back.
Oh wow! Oh wow! So,
Deep cut.
Yeah,
Deep cut.
gotcha.
My knocks.
yeah, I was like,
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah, someone in the chat is with me right there. Yeah.
check the power cables.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're continuing to crawl, correct?
Yeah. And then,
Okay. All right. I'll say you make it to Perrin.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. I'm this Parrot, this is you, right?
Well, Rin,
Okay, I'll stop
what is-
touching you. Sorry.
What is
Okay.
What is on
Okay,
your...
if you touched him, now you are stuck to him.
Wait, what?
If you went out and touched him, you
yes.
are
So like So
your
at some
hands are
point-
stuck to him.
So yeah. So like you I guess touched my boots or something like that.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Like how would you?
yeah. I thought because you were on your hands and knees, you kind of
Yeah, I was thinking
went
like
to,
I would probably
his,
be
like-
grabbing his arm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
so you grab my
You
arms?
are
Yeah, you're
you
like
are
that, yeah.
you cannot remove
this is
your
awkward.
hands from his arms.
See, you should just let me cast Flying Smite.
I enjoy a hug as much as the next person. But you can let go of me now. Especially your hands are particularly unclean.
Well, I as much as I would not want to hug you this much, I literally can't get my hands off you.
What is
Oh, okay. I love it.
this?
My man's
It
moved
is-
on from Gideon already.
It's not the first time that I've heard that, but what is on your hands?
This weird sticky substance was on the ground as I was crawling towards you, and I'm trying to get my hands off you, and I just can't.
Well,
I can't even stand correctly because I
yeah.
This is like
Yeah, like if he
awkward.
goes to stand up, he just picks me up in the air.
Yeah. Either he picks you up or like he's like
yeah.
You have to kneel in front of
throws him
Perrin.
down. So yeah, do something. But yeah, you are stuck. So you can try to get it off, or you can do something, or maybe even Celise could.
So
Hold on. Can I still see them?
Yes. Well, you can see like the lights from like Perrin. Yes. And like from the conversation, you would hear that that Rin has made his way over there.
Are they 30 feet away or less?
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm going to cast Create or Destroy Water over their heads.
Okay. So what
I took a level
are
of
you
cleric.
like raining on them? Like
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
maybe water will make you get off.
yeah, sure, yeah, okay, sure. All right.
And 10 gallons of clean water cascade over your heads.
Okay.
oh, jeez.
How do you cast it?
I was going to make a stupid reference.
Splash dance. What
No.
a feeling.
I was thinking bibbity boppity boop. Oh. But I don't have a wand.
Okay.
So because I have nothing else to cast with, I like pull my sword and wave it in a circle and point it at
So okay, all right. Okay, does it actually form like a cloud, kind of? Or-
It is a cube of water. So a cube of water
Okay.
slowly forms and slowly rotates over their heads.
All right, so
and then just splashes down over them.
okay. So yeah, that's exactly how it happens. Perrin and Rin are very, very wet right now, and still suck to each other.
Right.
I tried.
So yeah, so your clothes are damp.
Right.
So at least I don't think that was a good idea. That's just
I tried.
So, Perrin's still dressed as the grotesque.
This
wait.
is, but this may have washed.
This
a
is
good chunk of it.
Yes,
off.
this
There's
is
a lot
so
of
like
water.
the goofy glasses have fallen off.
Oh my god.
The hat that he was wearing has also fallen off. His hair is wet now, and Perrin had a process. Now everything is getting real clumped up. His hair is going natural.
Hold on. Because I did not think about the level I was casting it at.
Oh, uh-oh.
That was actually 30 gallons of water.
Oh, for crying out
Oh my
loud!
god. Okay, so if it's 30 gallons of water, not only are you wet, but there's water like all over the ground now.
oh boy.
So
It's third
walking
level.
might be a little precarious
Yeah.
now. So you got to be careful.
Oh my gosh.
But the other positive to it is, if you happen to be attacked or have an enemy, they would also have trouble. They could slip or so. So maybe that was Celise's foresight. It was like when Sub-Zero freezes the ground and the people start slipping. It was like that kind of thing.
I mean, if Dirty D was around, he could make it ice. And
Yeah, he could. He could. But
Pour one out for Dirty D.
all right. So as you are, just sitting there drenched, you start to hear a very loud slither, like something is coming toward you. You just hear a sound in the background that's getting louder and louder, and it sounds like something's like scraping across the ground.
Turn off all the garbage disposables in the detention area.
No,
Turn them off.
no, not what happens. Remove that. So what does everyone do?
So we can all hear it.
You can all hear it.
Jeez, we're still stuck together, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
What was that?
I don't know. Can you take off that?
asking me?
No.
Isn't Perrin still wearing the disguise?
Yes.
Can't you just like take that off?
No, because I'm like, how am I supposed to take it off? He's stuck.
Oh, yeah.
His arms are trapped underneath Rin, so he can't like bring
isn't
his.
Rin doing this?
So so Rin is on Perrin's arms. I'm imagining Rin is on like Perrin's forearms.
Yes, that's
so
exactly
he
what
actually did
That's
this.
exactly what I was imagining.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
like he didn't hug me. He's got his hands on my forearms.
Yeah.
And so like he's just kind of stuck. So like Perrin doesn't have any range of movement with his arm.
But Rin could like pull forward and you could lean over and it could come off.
Yeah, potentially.
Like when someone's helping
yes,
you out of a sweater when you're stuck in.
Then Rin's arms are stuck to the thing. But yes,
I'll be stuck to the clothes.
conceivably that could work. Rin, allow me to lean back and
do the rock
do
away.
the rockaway.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. BX. So you lean back and I lean. You move, I move. Just like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're
like
gonna
you
try
guys,
to,
like, trying to break it?
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
so-
All right. Roll strength, both of you, because this is pretty sticky stuff.
17.
8
Both of you would have to do it. So like he basically pulls you,
forward.
forward.
We still can't see each other. So it's just like,
Yeah. So
Well, I'm still holding the stick.
yes, yeah.
Of light.
Yeah, you're still holding
yes.
the stick for light.
Rin, I didn't realize you were so strong.
I've been working out a little bit.
As you two are flirting in this dark room, so the slithering has become louder and louder, and all of a sudden, Perrin, you would see this, and Rin would also see this. You're still far enough away because you casted the thing from like far away.
Bippity boppity boop.
Yeah. You see, and remember, you can only see about 5 inches
Right.
in front of you. You see a very large tentacle.
Oh, well,
It's like a red tentacle.
we are not alone. There seems to be a thing.
Well,
Celise, smite the thing,
Smite what?
if you please. The slithering tentacle.
we
can
can't
I
really
s-
exactly do much right now.
Can
We're
I see
still
the
stuck.
tentacle?
No, you'd have to come closer to see what's within, because it's like kind of a blinding light, so you just see the light and not what's.
So can I do Misty Step and another action?
I
Because I get 2
mean, we're not in like
Combat.
initiative. So if you wanted to like start a fight, then we'll take that into play.
No, I was gonna try to
But,
Misty Step over, so like I could try to help them out of this.
I mean, you could just walk over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I'll walk over
Towards the light.
Yeah.
towards the light. Yeah.
Give me the light. Yeah. So you walk to the light, and then and then what are you going to try to do? Because as you walk through the light, you see this tentacle that's kind of just swinging around like Perrin's face. It's just kind of like this, like in front of us.
So is it like it's trying to like see what's there?
You can surmise that, sure. I mean, it's not attacking. It's not doing anything, but it like seems like it's trying to.
Can I just try to pull them like like a little further away from the tentacle?
Yeah, or I mean, they could walk away. I mean,
They're kind of drenched and stuck together.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. You can pull them away.
All right,
just
I'm
because
gonna.
that'll look funny. Sure.
God, just Lisa's like no. So she pulls them back like kind of out of the range of the tentacle.
So you're pulling on Rin.
So I'm kind of pulling on Rin's arm, and then I've kind of scruffed you so I can hold you off the ground.
All right.
Well, just so I'm not like dragging you by the knees
Yes.
or anything.
All right.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But
I mean, I could,
So
but if we're about to be in a fight,
yeah. I would make Perrin like roll damage if you're dragging buttons.
come here.
Okay.
So-
all right. So you're pulling them away
Yeah.
from this tentacle.
Yeah, just like away, and I'm trying to do it like quietly because I don't know if this thing is just maybe it's because if I think it's trying to like see where Perrin or Rin is, I don't want to draw its attention by making noise.
Okay. Sure. I mean, you can't pull them away silently, so it's definitely making noise.
I'm trying to make as little noise
Yeah,
as
right. As
possible.
little noise as possible. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't-
Actually, you know what? If you want to do it more silently, you can do a stealth roll and see if you can do
my
it like
stealth, I'm not.
super silently.
you know what? Because I'd rather not. I mean, I could take a chance, but my stealth is not great.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. I'm just giving you the option. That's all.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that. 'Cause me and stealth,
Okay.
stealth, and I like somebody walked off for a pack of cigarettes and ain't come back.
Daddy Stealth! Daddy Stealth! Where you going, Daddy Stealth? I'll be back.
he said, "Smell you later," and he never smelled me again.
That's my worst stat. That's my worst stat.
He just went to get those scratch offs. And I just never saw him again.
Made me choke.
All right, so you pull this, wet and stuck together combination of a parent and like ran away. You make like a normal amount of noise. It's not too
Right.
loud, not too small.
I mean, because they were making noise trying to get unstuck
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah. So you pull them back, and then you like pull them. I would say like your maximum movement. You'd be pulling them like 30 feet. And
Yeah.
stop. And then that tentacle has just been following you.
Oh,
So like
dear.
as you stop, and now it's like kind of like it's kind of like a pendulum. It's like swinging that way, and it's going by like a Perrin, by a Rin, and by you.
oh boy. So I'm gonna try to get them unstuck before anything kicks off.
Okay, all right. How are you gonna try that?
How are they stuck together right now?
So Rin is like attached to Perrin's like forearms. So like he's like, can you like put your arms out? He's like this.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah.
Shareef is grabbing
Yeah.
Brandon by
Sorry,
by
our
the
podcast
wrist.
listeners. That was a visual example.
Yes, with both hands, he has both wrists.
All right. So yeah, what do you want to try to do? Slice their arms off?
I mean, I wasn't thinking that, but now that you mention
Now we
it,
have to at this point. We might as well
I mean,
just
now
try
that
it.
you gave me the idea. No, I'm actually going to try to cut up the back of whatever Perrin's wearing. Or, yeah, whatever Perrin's wearing. So I can just kind of like, so then Rin can just pull his arms back and it'll just like come off. So
Oh,
basically just,
so that Rin would just be attached to like his sleeves,
right.
basically.
Right, because if he's touching
Yeah.
the sleeves, he's not actually like,
Okay. All right. So like you're gonna leave Perrin shirtless then, basically.
so Perrin's not wearing a jacket or is it disguise?
I mean, you'd have to take off like whatever you take off, like would
The
leave him
outer-
shirtless.
Yeah, my outer.
But I mean, maybe a small undershirt, but it would be like not a lot of cover. So which also means that his AC would probably drop.
Oh, well, shit.
I mean, look.
I'm trying to come up with
What do you want to
solutions.
do? No, I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm just sharing.
What if I just cut the sleeves off?
Okay, you can cut the sleeve off, pretty precise cut. So like you'd have to roll for that because you'd have to like,
Like just cut off, like
yeah, because like you're not
make it a
like
short
there's not a
sleeve.
lot of like visibility either.
Right.
So like
ooh, I'd probably have a disadvantage, wouldn't I?
you'd either have disadvantage or you'd have to roll pretty high. I would let you
Perrin's
choose.
wrists are flexible for the light, and would try and
It's like let
do
me
his
hold the light
best.
this way.
Right.
Yeah. So if you wanted to like do that, I would let you choose from either disadvantage and a normal roll, like a 12, or like a single roll, but like it would have to be like a 17 or an 18.
Perrin, how attached are you to this coat? Literally.
Well, it does make me feel good, but I would be better if I was unattached. So, Celise, I trust you.
Okay, so after I look around, it's like, there's no good way to do this. So I'm actually gonna like try to pull. Like I just kind of like nudge Perrin face down, and I'm like, just stay still, stay still.
Down, boy.
Down, heel. And so I start to tug the coat, and I basically try to help them do what they were trying to do before, which is Rin pulls away while Perrin does that. And so it's basically all on my strength.
Okay.
And they're just letting me do this.
Perrin would still have to have enough strength to resist, because otherwise you're just going to pull Perrin forward.
Well, I mean, you can do a strength check.
So like both of y'all would have to.
All right, let's do a
roll.
strength check.
And actually you roll as well, Rin, because like you would add to Celise's.
Lord.
Ew.
16.
I got an 8.
Not good enough, guys. You pull Perrin closer to you. You kind of pull him forward. Actually, kind of jerk him forward with like a 16. I would say, kind of jerk him forward.
I tried.
So after you jerk him forward, the tentacle starts to wrap itself around where you're grabbing Perrin's arms.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So it starts to like wrap itself around both of your arms. What do you guys do?
Time to smite.
So, Perrin is, this is particularly uncomfortable. I'm not sure that I wanted this many hugs. Rin, do you think you could perhaps remove our unknown assailant from me? From us, even?
Well, my hands are pretty tied up here. So I can try.
Pretty occupied.
Oh, wait. I technically have daggers, so...
I mean, you can't reach him.
But I can't. But can I tell Celise to...
Yeah, you can.
I
Sure.
got a big sword.
Sure,
I'm not
you
bothered
do
with
it.
that.
All right. Well, it's wrapping itself around us. Is it applying pressure, or is it just...
Not yet. It's just wrapping itself around you.
Okay.
It doesn't seem aggressive,
Okay.
but
just
like
like,
it
huh.
is wrapping itself around your arms.
Well,
All right. As you guys are doing this, it's starting to like kind of put pressure to pull you. So like it's so like imagine that your arms are like this and the tentacle is wrapped that way and it's pulling kind of perpendicular so that you're starting to move a little bit with this tentacle.
well, this fiend is unnecessarily pulling us where we don't need to go. Pulling us PE, by the way.
I you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Where we don't need to go. Celise, please prevent us from moving where we are not wanting to go.
Oh, so now you want me to smite.
Smite our hands.
I'm not
Well.
smiting your hands.
Yeah, it would be tough because
That would be such a precise.
yeah, it would if you wanted to smite, they would absolutely have to make saving throws.
Yeah. So I'm going to actually try Thunder Smite on the tentacle, but like whatever, because I'm sure I can see the creature at this point, right?
You still can't. All you see is like a tentacle coming from the darkness and wrapping itself around.
Y'all are going to laugh at me. I attack the darkness with Thunderous Smite.
Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. So like you are like looking to where you think that the tentacle is.
Yeah. So basically, I'm following
what
wherever the tentacle
what the
is
source
coming from.
of the tentacle is. Okay.
Yes. So,
Sure.
The tentacle or whatever it's attached to can try a saving throw, and I do get 2 attacks. So,
All right. What is the saving throw?
14 on strength. Oh no, that's much better than I thought. That is a 21 and a 19.
All right. So it made the saving throw. So
it only does
half, right?
I believe so. So saving, basically, if it succeeds, it the only thing it saved it from is getting pushed 10 feet away.
Okay. All
So
right.
it still takes full damage.
Okay.
So that does. All right. So 2d8, and then additional 2d6 damage. 6. That's 11, 7, 5. Damn you, smite. So that's 7, and then there is a bonus on the thunderous smite. Oh no, it's not. So 11, 7, and another 7. 14, 20. Words are hard. Math is hard. So yeah. So 11, 18, 24 damage.
Okay. All right. So as you slice the tentacle, you stop feeling the pulling force, and you hear kind of a sound that you can't quite make out, and you feel this spray of liquid that hits all of you. And you see like the tentacle, it's still wrapped around you, but you see like the end of it just flop down. So it's been severed from whatever it was coming from. What do you guys do?
Perrin tells both of you guys a story about when he was younger and he had to deal with the octobirds. And, well, this reminds me of when I was younger, when I was in the dark. And the grill, the octobirds, were around. We had to survive. I had to survive. I did. And you, my friends, together, we will all survive. And he cast bardic inspiration on both of you with that story. So you both get 1 extra D10 the next 10 minutes
Okay.
to use as you see fit.
Okay.
All right.
Great. All right. So how do you cast it?
With that story.
Okay, so like as
Yes,
telling the
it's
story,
story,
you guys
yes.
are
You
feeling
feel-
this like
Right. It was a pep talk.
resurgence
Yes.
of energy.
Right. And resolve. Yes.
There's different kind of pep talks. So there's like a kind of like a Bob Knight pep talk.
Yeah,
where
there's
you're, like, screaming and throwing
yes,
things.
yes, no.
Or there's like a soothing kind of.
Yeah,
like,
this was an
You
ASMR.
guys can do it. You can do it.
This
You're
is
okay.
an ASMR pep talk.
Yeah, like so okay, cool. All right. So as you say that wonderful story, you notice that the light that you originally cast is finally starting to penetrate through this darkness.
Okay.
So very slowly though. And so do you remove this tentacle, by the way, because it's just like hanging there?
Right. Well,
guess.
I can't.
Well, like so Sleece would have to remove it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
remove it?
I'll be like, ugh. Just
Yeah,
the things
it's-
I do.
Yeah, it's like very disgusting.
Oh,
I mean, like you have to undo it.
oh. She's
And
just
put it
like
on the
fighting
ground.
not to gag the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
you owe me. The first spa we come to, you're paying.
Yeah. So as the light begins to sort of increase, it's like almost like a sphere that's increasing like its volume. 4/3 power cubed, right? And you start to see as it goes out, you see another tentacle, another tentacle, and another tentacle, and another tentacle. And as the light goes out, you see it attached to the head of the largest snail you've ever seen.
It's that snail we saw earlier, isn't it?
It looks exactly like that snail that you saw that morphed into Thavius. And then Rin and Perrin, roll perception.
Okay.
14.
24.
All right, so both of y'all notice that you kind of look down and you see at the point where Rin is grabbing Perrin's forearms that the material is sort of like a smooth version of these kind of small glass shards. And you recognize that it looks very similar to the trail that the snail left in Troll Skull Manor, like the small one as it was growing.
This looks familiar. Well, I did not know that it was also an adhesive. Corinne.
You don't hear a response. So the light, it continues to go out, and at this point, y'all notice like, there's no way we're in this side office. Like this is way too big, right? And the snail, has it has 4 tentacles, but there's one that's missing because after you, 5. Well, 6 in total, but there's 5 now because there's one that you sliced off, and it is kind of like writhing about. Roll for initiative.
Does anyone have salt?
Yeah.
Doesn't your unseen servant carry this stuff?
You guys hurt this poor snail. Wasn't
F
doing
that
anything.
snail.
Wasn't doing anything to you.
F that snail.
Poor snail.
It pulled me into that room. F that
Oh,
snail.
that's true. But it happened.
What a waste of a nat 20.
Wow. I've
Nat
only got
20.
a 9. Oh wait, because you said inspiration.
Yes, do you want to use your inspiration on initiative?
No. I was hoping.
I mean, you can if you,
You
like.
can if you want.
All right, so 9, you said?
9.
All right, and Ren, what you got?
17.
I'm sorry, I saw the chat. Someone said escargot.
Yeah.
I'll roll for our snail friend.
Wow, y'all feeling bad for the snail?
And the snail also got a nat 20.
Whose dex is higher? My dex is higher.
Yeah, your dex. Yeah, the snail has a very low dex. So. Hey, they're just itching. I mean, he got his tentacle sliced off. He's itching to get revenge. So I can see. I can.
You know
I
what?
can understand.
If it hadn't put its tentacle on people, it wouldn't have got cut off.
it was just doing a gentle pull, yo. But,
Its snail mom didn't teach it about manners.
All right, Perrin, you're up.
Perrin's gonna cast the Ray of Sickness. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah. So, Constitution saving throw, 16.
Okay. All right, 16.
It's saved.
Oh my gosh! That was like when you're playing dominoes. And you
right.
smack that
Smack
last
it
one
down.
down.
So no spades with you.
So,
Jeez.
so this is the third ray of sickness you've missed.
That is
in
correct.
a row.
In a row.
So how does he miss?
So Perrin. So what's the orientation now? Because Perrin and Rin are still stuck together.
They're still stuck together. Yes.
What is the orientation? Where is the snail in relation to?
So the snail is here.
Right.
You 3 are here.
Sure.
And like you and Brandon are kind of like facing each other, so you're kind of
So
the snail is like to your left,
to our left.
to like your left, to Ren's right.
Okay.
And in front.
So
of
in Perrin's periphery.
Oh yeah.
So Perrin has taken his hands just one of his hands now. The other one is still holding the stick with the light. And he shoots out the ray of sickness out towards his left where he thinks it's going to go. But because he's only kind of looking at the snail, it shoots off to the right.
Yeah. Also, you have to kind of move Rin a little bit. You
Yeah,
have to like
yes.
kind of like
So
drag him
his-
over. So it's
so
making
like
you off a little bit.
Perrin has shifted his wrist in this like weird way so that he's not aiming this at Rin's body, but towards the open air. And that was not enough dexterity to hit the snail. And he fails again.
All right. So the snail notices this. And so he notices that, like, well, actually, he just sees you guys do this.
Right. It's just a herky jerk.
And so the snail does not know who cut off his tentacle. Because, you know, it was kind of like, just as you couldn't see past it, the snail also couldn't see, which is why they were waving their tentacle to see, like, what's causing this light. But it does see you kind of jerk toward.
Sure.
So being that you're the smallest and probably would make a tasty treat.
Yes.
They're going to go for you.
All right.
Are snails carnivorous?
This one is.
This one might be.
Oh, okay. I was just like, my brain just went into, but how would it eat Perrin? Because as far as I know, snail.
All right.
Stop.
Like Zoidberg.
All right. We're rolling a bunch of dice.
Oh my
here.
gosh.
Jeez, how many attacks does the snail get?
The snail makes as many attacks as it has tentacles, all against the same targets.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
So
Oh, yes.
Disadvantage.
Yes, disadvantage.
So I do get disadvantage on that one.
Yes.
So,
So,
let me see
So
what
for
I got
those
before.
for those people that are newer to Rivals of Waterdeep, one of the rules at our table is if anyone drops a die on the floor, they roll that die with disadvantage. And Shareef, our DM, has just dropped a die.
All right, so we have a 11, 25, 22, 16, 16.
So 4 hits.
Okay, 4 hits. All right. So
Oh, that was to hit. For a second, I was like, oh my God, you did how much damage?
no, that was the hit. Well, I mean,
I was like, well,
Well, it's now it's 4 damage rolls.
yeah, it's a D6 though for the damage rolls, but
Yeah.
17, and then each of those is plus 3, so 12, 29 points of damage.
All right.
All right, so this snail, it looks very large, but the way it moves toward you, it just doesn't seem like something this big could move this fast.
Oh.
Like it lunges at you.
Wow.
Like it doesn't just like, it doesn't do like a slither. It like almost leaps off.
Oh, wow.
And then each of the tentacles, they each hit you at once. And then it backs off.
Oh.
So you take 29 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and bludgeoning damage, I should say.
Oh, yeah.
And you didn't cast Blade Or, did you?
No, I did not.
All right, yeah. So
I should have.
Yeah, so you take 29 points of damage. All right, Rin.
Okay, so I'm still.
Yeah. This was right next to you because like you're connected to Perrin, so you saw this
Oh, jeez.
thing, and the
Probably
tentacles
had to, like, dodge.
go right to
Yeah.
him. So what do you do?
Let me see. So I'm gonna try this new one.
Actually, you know what? I'll give you guys a break. As the tentacles were going, it was able to knock one of your arms, one of
okay.
the things off because it was going in such a frenzy.
Right.
That so like both of you have one arm free, and for you it's the arm that's holding the stick, and for you it's just one of your arms.
Okay, so that changes a little bit. Okay. Let me see. I want to cast Firebolt.
Okay.
Do I want to do that for sure though? Is it like is it above us, right?
No. It's like on the same level. It is retreated back to its like regular like position. It's like in front. Well, it's like to the right of you because you're kind of turned this way. But because you have a free arm, you can turn so you're facing. So you're facing the snail now.
Like
I
Twister.
can't see it, right?
Yes.
You can see it now because
I was just thinking, like, burned out anything.
Oh no. Parent's light has like opened up, so you can't see anything else in the room. So you can't see walls or you can't see anything, but it's enough light to see this massive snail that's in front of you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to cast Firebolt, and then can I see what it look? I see what it
You
looks
see
like.
exactly
though, right?
what it looks like.
Okay.
It looks like the snail that you saw in Troll Skull Manor.
Okay.
That was going in a circle. That was like getting larger before Duo stabbed it. It looks exactly like a much larger version of that snail.
All right. Okay. We're gonna see if we can get a Firebolt going. Okay. Oh, 16.
Okay. 16 does not hit.
Do you want to use
Well, actually, I will say this. How can I say this without saying it? Tell me how you cast it, and I'll tell you what happens.
Okay. So I see all the stuff that just happened to Perrin, and then I noticed that my hand gets free, and so kind of go like this and like, okay, Perrin, I'm gonna try to use Firebolt towards this enemy, and then hopefully I can get this other arm free. So since I miss, oh god, I guess I could say the water on the ground that was before, like I kind of slip and.
Some of it does hit the water, but so here's the thing: you have gotten over its AC.
Okay.
You do hit the snail.
Okay.
But the snail does not look like it's affected by this firebolt. Like you've hit it, the snail looks like part of it is on fire, but it does not react. It does not reel back. It does not seem like it is reacting to fire.
I'm scared. I don't like this.
Hint, not reacting to fire.
fire? Right.
Oh, now we know.
So, yes, we have found out one of its
Okay. That's good to know.
immunities, not resistances,
Wow.
because it has not reacted at all. So it's not taking any damage.
Okay.
But you did hit it.
Okay.
All right. Celise.
I'm going to go for Blinding Smite.
Okay.
If I manage this, I get an additional 3d8 damage. So I'm doing both attacks. Actually, I'm going to do one attack at a time. That was only a 12. That did not work.
Nope.
And that didn't work either. It was a 13. You know what? On the second attack, I'm going to borrow my d10.
There you go. Okay. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
which
use
one
that
is-
Bardic.
Which one is that d10 though?
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's like the small, like it's
Yeah.
like the pyramid one. No, I'm just kidding.
That didn't help me, so it was only an extra 2 points.
Does not help. So how do you whiff?
Oh, Celise goes up and, her folly of trying to rinse them off comes back to get her.
Karma.
Where, like, she goes and she's, like, ready to strike, and she just, like, slides past the snail. Just like,
Oh wow! This is
well, it's like the water's slippery and whatever
Yeah.
Rin was, like, stuck to. It was
is
just, like,
like-
it's not like she, like, skids into a wall, but she, like, whiffs and just, like, kind of, like, her sword just glances off the shell of it. Mm-hmm. She's like,
I was thinking more like you were sliding like Tom Hanks. You were just like sliding across the thing.
I mean, it could be a Tom Hanks slide.
No, it's not a Tom Hanks slide. But that's just what I thought about.
I mean, it could be, though. It's like,
Because even though I'm planning out an encounter with a snail, I'm thinking about movies.
oh, God.
With Tom Hanks.
I mean,
in.
y'all are always thinking about pop culture. Yeah, so I failed.
Okay.
I failed.
All right. Guys, not doing too well.
No.
So it's back up to Perrin.
Perrin decides to use the cantrip True Strike.
Okay. Yeah, this is one of my favorites from Shotgun.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that
Yeah,
what
I'm gonna
if,
help.
If
I'm
I
gonna help.
remember right, it tells you all the resistances, all the immunities, any
So
weaknesses.
you get insight into the target's defenses.
Yes.
And on your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So tell me how you cast it.
Perrin looks at the snail, and then his eyes narrow, and it's like he's looking through the snail. That is his
Okay.
true strike, and he's like trying to analyze everything about this.
Yeah.
now.
As you look through it, you note that it is immune to fire and poison.
Oh,
So even if you would have hit with the ray of sickness, it would not have done anything. Dark vision. So that's what you see. Well, you know what? Okay. I will say that you also see that magic attacks have a possibility of reflecting across off of its shell
oh boy.
to return to you, possibly.
Oh,
So if you probably notice when you guys make attacks, I've been doing another roll, and if you get a certain number, it will reflect and get you.
All right. So Perrin quickly says, "Stab it, stab it.
I'm trying.
Only stab it."
I'm trying.
Okay. All right. So up to the snail. So he, he actually liked that Rin attacked it with fire because it was like, oh, this is cool. I kind of like fire. So he doesn't really see Rin as a adversary, but he did see Celise get really close to slashing. So definitely going for Celise this time. And it's going to be the same kind of multi-attack with its 5 tentacles. And I believe you have like a 21, Celise, I think?
Yep.
All right. Let's hope I don't drop one this time.
Drop them all.
All right, and that's plus... Okay, so 2 hits. I had 2 23s in there, so 2 of those
Can I
hits.
misty step away?
No, you cannot.
Look, it's got to come in handy at some point.
I mean, you can. I mean, I love that you ask. Though. Like, how can I avoid this damage from a dice roll? I love it. All right, so you get 11 points of damage.
Okay.
So it does the same kind of attack that you saw on like a parrot. It kind of leaps forward almost unnaturally fast and just ta 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 ta. So it misses with like a 3 of them, but there's a 2 that just gets you.
Okay.
All right, and you take 11 points of damage.
All right.
Bludgeoning damage. All right. Rin.
Okay, this could be risky, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. So I'm gonna try to, since we have to stab it, I'm gonna cast Ice Knife because my daggers are weak, but this is stronger than that. So
Okay.
and it has the monster has to make a Dex save throw 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It fails.
Okay, cool. And then let's see. Do I have D6? Okay, 2D6. So on hit, I have 1D10 for damage, and then I get 2D6 for the fail. Ice
Okay.
fail. Yeah.
So there's no attack roll for it, right? It's just
What is that?
damage.
There's no attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just roll them all together.
I gotcha. Okay, so 5, 6, 12. Okay.
You get any bonuses?
Oh, do I have a bonus for this?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, not this one. I was like, I don't think I have a bonus.
I'm asking you.
I was like, okay, so wait, I'm still holding. I still have.
You're holding him with one
One
hand.
arm. One arm.
One arm.
Okay, so can I like?
You can drag him with you. I mean, he's a small halfling. You can
All
drag him
right,
with you.
Parent, I'm gonna go stab it since you let me know of its its things that it doesn't like. So I'm gonna go stab it with my ice knife. So I'm like dragging Perrin, and like Red creates the ice knife, and then he just like, it's like, I feel like this is such a weird action because it's like that.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So like you're going for like an overhand kind of stab.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Overhand stab,
Yeah.
psycho style.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah. And because this is a spell, right? Because you have to do saving throws and stuff. I mentioned before that there's a chance that magic can have no effect but affect you as well. I did roll that effect.
I forgot.
So you stab this thing and you actually connect with it, but you feel a surge of energy coming back from the knife. And it hits you right in the hand. And how much damage did you roll?
12.
You take 12 points of damage.
Okay, well, it was the risk I was willing to take.
So the stabbing, note from the DM, the stabbing should be
need some help.
non-magical
Right.
stabbing because there's a chance
Yes.
that it could be reflected on you.
Well, I mean, Perrin only told him to stab it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Celise,
All right, so I'm going non-magical stabbing because
good old-fashioned stabbing.
good old-fashioned, just like Mom used to make,
Just like Mom used to stab.
right? So that is a 26 and a 16.
All right. Actually, only one hits.
Okay.
The 16 ties. So only the 26 hits.
Is there a check that we can do against each other?
No.
And that is 10 points of damage.
Okay. All right. Tell me how you do it.
After I get my bearings, after I've slid past it the first time, I'm hopefully near a fleshy part. I don't know how far down the shell goes.
Yeah, you've found a fleshy part with your roll, sure.
So
Kind of under.
because even though it's a one-hand sword, I put both hands on the hilt and just thrust right in, just so because I'm like, okay, I guess I'm the only one that can attack it.
Okay. All right. As you stab it through, it doesn't feel like a tough skin. Like your sword goes through pretty easily. And now this snail does recoil back. So like now you feel like you've actually.
Snail sounds like it needs some Metamucil. Got a hernia.
Yeah, you might have given the snail a hernia, Celise. Good job. All right. So before we go back up to Perrin, you guys hear a voice that you are familiar with. Says, "Hello." My name is Corinne. Is anyone there? Like, because yeah.
Corinne, how come you didn't answer when I called you?
I didn't hear anything. I just see a snail. Like, what is going on?
Well, we could use some assistance.
Okay. Do you want to look? So you hear the voice. Do you want to look around and see if you can see him? Because either you can roll perception to see if you notice, or investigation if you're like actively looking. I will pause the initiative to do
okay.
that.
I'll investigate. I want to be investigating.
All right, I'm gonna be perceptive.
All right.
I'm gonna try to perceive as well. Ooh, I actually perceived 19.
Okay, I got 17.
28.
All right. Awesome. So remember I mentioned that like you guys are kind of here,
Yeah.
and the snail's in the middle.
Yes.
Corinne is.
On the other side,
Behind the snail.
Behind the snail, on the other
He is
side
behind
of
the snail, which is why he can't see y'all. He just sees the back of the snail. And remember, this snail is huge, so he can't see like around it. So like he's just like,
What's going on?
I just see the butt of a snail, guys. Yeah. So he was not. You will know because he rolled so well. He was not there when you first started fighting.
Okay.
It's like he almost just
Appeared.
popped into the scene.
Stab the butt.
So I'm gonna enter him into the initiative because he hears you and like he's like, oh well, guess I gotta use my style and my stylings. All right, so he got a 10. So he goes.
So he's before me in initiative.
Yes. All right, now we're back up to Perrin.
All right. So Perrin has one arm free. That arm has the light, which is important for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So Perrin is going to try to. Let's see. He will.
Yes. Also, good note from the chat as well. Corinne has no sword because it was in the ground and Gideon grabbed
Right,
it, so he is
yes.
just there.
Yes.
So he's gonna try to do what he
He
can.
can flail at
He's
the.
gonna do what he can.
Take one of Ren's daggers.
Right.
Toss me a dagger.
Oh yeah.
Crit fail. Corinne dies.
I mean,
You
So
have two.
like throw it on the floor.
I don't want to waste this advantage that I have.
All right, I'm about to throw the Jeopardy music on, man.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on,
yeah.
man?
I don't want to waste the advantage that I have, but I can't do anything because I have the thing in my hand.
Tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you if you can do it, even though you have this.
So
what do you want to do?
I want to use my rapier to
Okay.
attack one of the tentacles.
You can drop the light because remember, like the sphere of light has increased.
Okay.
So if you drop it, it will still be.
It was still okay.
increased.
All right.
So you can drop that.
Okay. So yes. So then yes, Perrin wants to drop it and roll to attack
Okay.
with his rapier on one of the. I didn't roll yet, so I was just picking them up. Roll to hit one of the tentacles.
As Ren did with you, you will have to drag him with you if you want to get close enough
Right.
to hit him. And I think
were
because
we close enough already?
no. So like Ren had to drag you
Right.
to like do it, which I didn't make him roll because he's I think much taller and
yeah,
stronger than you.
yes.
I think you will have to either attack at disadvantage or make a like a strength roll to pull him.
Okay. So
So which one do you want to do?
well, so I'm rolling. Well, Perrin's rolling with advantage from from his.
Okay, all right.
previous-
I'll say that cancels it out. If you use your advantage, you can do a regular roll.
Okay, so
from dragging Rin.
Okay.
I mean, it's not far, but like, you
Right.
definitely have to move him.
Yeah. So he pulls out his rapier.
That's not on the ground.
It's
but-
not on the ground.
I know,
But it doesn't matter anyway because it was terrible. So
It did jump out the tray.
it
doesn't
did. It did
Yeah,
jump
it was
out
like,
the tray. Yeah. Yeah. It was hot ones. So that was an 8 against his AC.
Okay. Do you think that hits?
I would like to believe that because he's so small that it would hit him. He would allow that. He would allow that to hit him.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yes, I
It
would.
doesn't hit.
Oh no, it was worth a shot.
Character question.
Yeah.
You said that it's on fire but doesn't react.
Yes.
Has it been taking burning damage all this time?
No, it is immune to fire.
Oh well.
So like
It was a thought.
So yeah, I mean, and like the whole thing is not on fire.
I know,
Just-
but it's
just-
like the parts of it are
Yeah,
on
yeah,
fire.
yeah. Just like the part that like Rin threw the blade at, you saw it kind of catch on fire for a little bit, but it wasn't like reacting like, oh my god, I'm on fire,
Right.
as a snail would do.
Look, I'm trying to get those hit points.
No,
down.
I appreciate it, y'all. This is not an easy fight.
Right.
All right, so snail time.
Right.
All right, so the snail notices that there's someone behind them. So the snail, it can't move much, but it is. Where's this thing?
Did Celeste cut off one of its
Yes.
tentacles? So it's down to 4 now.
No. She only cut off one like way at the beginning.
I stabbed it.
Yeah, like
So
like
it
she
still has
stabbed
5.
it like in the undercurrent.
Yeah.
of the
My
underbelly.
turn's coming. My turn's coming.
Yeah. Though those tentacles, they've been attacking y'all, so
Yeah.
it might be something to try. All right, so the snail is going to turn around to see what is behind it, and it sees Corinne, and it's going to attack Corinne because for some reason it feels more threatened by what's behind it than what's in front. Because even though Celeste did get a hit on it, it's getting a little cocky. It's like, yeah, I could be.
I got these. Got these cats.
Yeah. So it is going to attack Corinne with those tentacles. Oh my god. All right, so it hit with 3 of them.
If we die from a snail, you know how mad I'm gonna be.
That's not me.
So
We died because of a snail.
You always love when the DM laughs maniacally.
so 26 points of damage to a Corinne. It does the same motion. It leaps forward. And Corinne, each time a tentacle pierces him, he falls. He like kind of gets closer and closer to the ground. By the end of the tentacle attack, he is on the ground. He has been downed.
It's up.
Yeah. So, and the snake does not have enough movement to turn back around.
So now
it
its
is
back
still
is
facing. So his back is facing y'all.
okay.
now. Because again, it's like kind of cocky. So it's like whatever.
All right, so
All right,
you can
Rin.
attack with advantage.
Yes.
I don't want to risk any more magic, so I'm scared. I'm gonna, right now I have my dagger.
Yeah. Got your daggers.
So I'm gonna roll to hit, but I do want to throw it.
Okay.
Since it's
Throw
like
your dagger.
where we are.
If you I would okay. I would suggest you try to not throw it.
Okay, I will not throw it. I will.
I mean, because like it's not arranged, like it's not like designed to be ranged.
Okay.
So
And
you,
it's dark where the snail is. You could
Oh,
hit
that's
me.
true, I can't.
yeah,
Okay.
I would suggest you go up and try to stab it in the way that's
Okay.
least.
Oh yeah, and its back toward. Okay.
Yes,
I'm gonna roll
and its
hit.
back is toward you, so it's yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So you could also see its tail as well.
Oh. Okay.
Stab it in the butt.
Okay. 13.
Okay, 13 does
You don't
not
get a bonus
hit.
with your dagger.
Yeah, do you have a hit?
You have an attack bonus, right?
For this one, I don't think so.
Oh,
You should definitely have a plus to.
Oh, +5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Then you do hit.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. So, +4. Okay, so I'm gonna drag Perrin again. So,
All right.
Perrin, here we go. Yeah, we're gonna go for that tail. So let me do the damage +1. Let's see. So 2, but I'll go bring a Perrin with me.
You gotta do more than 2 points of damage.
Yeah, that's let's see, 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah, one
wow.
wow.
I just I got a 1. So
Man, you gotta upgrade these.
I
daggers.
know.
use that
I'm always
D10.
doing magic.
Use that D10 for damage.
Huh?
Use that D10.
No,
Yeah.
it's only a D4. You said.
Yeah, it's a D4.
No, remember we each have a extra D10.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
true. So you can add
you
your
could add
bardic.
some damage.
Yeah,
You can add your bardic
bardic
inspiration on it,
on
yeah.
that.
That's a 3. That's a 3.
It's not your day for rolls.
Okay. All right. So
Okay. Tried.
tell me how you do it.
So I'm dragging Perrin with me, and then I'm gonna do like a upward swipe, like a Hadouken, like,
Yeah.
to the tail, to
Oh.
the tail.
So you're trying to cut it off?
Yeah, I try to cut it off.
Okay. So you're trying to dragon punch the tail with your dagger, which is a Shoryuken. Let's make that clear. Not a
Yes.
fireball. Let's
Yes.
make it clear.
Fireball can get attacked.
Sure,
with it,
you
so-
can.
I used to be able to do the hurricane kick sound. I can't do it.
Oh,
anymore.
really?
Oh, really?
That's
Yeah.
a hard sound.
Kind
No.
That's kind of how it goes, right?
Tamaki Saparuket.
Oh.
Oh,
We got professional. We got a pro here.
Relax.
I just play a lot of Street Fighter.
We have a Capcom voice actress here.
Oh, no.
Yeah. All right. So you like do a rising strike. You don't do a lot of damage.
Sadly.
But it is surprised that you hit its tail. It is not like being hit in the tail. So what it does is it doesn't do this until its turn. So okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so good work. All right, so Corinne's down, so I'm just gonna roll a saving
Oh,
throw.
he doesn't have any like weapons at all, right?
Not that you could see.
How close is Corinne to dying?
I'm about to do a death saving throw for him.
Oh, wow.
He is down.
Yes.
All right.
He is down.
All right.
All right, he passes. Very good. All right, so Celise.
Ooh, torn between trying to save Corinne and doing more attacks on the snail, but I'm going to attack the snail.
Kill the beast.
Well, because I have Spare the Dying. But he made the death save. Yeah. Okay, so that is 16 and 18.
Okay. All right. The 18 hits.
One day, dice, one day. That is 12 points of damage.
Okay, great. How do you do it?
After seeing Rin go for the tail, joke as it may be. Wait, do we get an attack of opportunity because it's back to us?
No, because it's not like you're surprising it. Like it is, you're not like creeping up on someone that is not aware of you.
Look, I'm going for every angle.
Right. No, I appreciate it. I actually like that you're asking that stuff.
So yeah, I basically, whichever way it's turned away from me, I stab in like the opposite side of where I already stabbed it.
Okay. All right. So like
just kind of like jabbing right in there. Because at this point, I'm just tired of fighting this thing.
yes.
It's like slimy and gross.
All right. So it definitely reacts to that. It makes that similar hernia noise. that was the best I got, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. So before we get back up to Perrin, the light begins to increase even more. So now you can see the entire, like you can see exactly what's going on. And above you, you see just a very, very dark, almost a reddish sky. It almost looks like it's like very similar to when you were in Avernus last season. But as you look around, it looks like you're in a city. Basically, like you see buildings. You're like outside in a city. You see buildings. If you look kind of far in the distance, like you hear, like remember how there was all that kind of devilish laughter that you heard before. So you do see some like what you would call demons or devils in the background. And in the way in the back, you just like notice these like extremely large chains that almost seem like they're like coming out of the ground. So you're in a city and you see all this, and then you see that you're in like a city with that sky and these big chains, right? So at that point, actually, let me give Perrin, before I get to the snail, go to Perrin.
All right.
What do you do?
Perrin casts Blade Ward on himself.
Okay.
Just in case something goofy happens. So he takes his free hand and he does it again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's rival nationing it. And he is imbued with the ward of the blade.
Okay. All right. So what the snail is going to do, since this is point, is it is going to withdraw into its shell. So like you just see it's like, like its head, tail, and the legs just like go into the shell. And then that is all it does, is it kind of withdraws into the shell. And I will end initiative there.
Oh.
So the snail has withdrawn in the shell. It's been weakened. Like you guys got some hits off.
I want to stab it.
I mean, you can still go up to it and try to stab it. But like you can't see any skin or anything. It's just it'd be like stabbing a rock.
Oh, so it's like a turtle that is.
Yes, exactly. It's like within this extremely large shell.
All All right.
The goop is still on the ground. The
And
snail
now
discharge.
so yes. So like before, you noticed that it was similar to what you saw in the manor,
Right.
like those small streaks that were from like the snail. Now below you, that's all you see.
Right.
You just see a whole bunch of that stuff, like for basically as far as you can see. What do you guys do?
Perrin pulls out a vial. Well, he's still attached, so he pulls out. He tries to pull out a vial, and he wants to scoop up some of this and put it in a vial and cork it.
Sure. Yeah. So, I'll just let you guys go. Something weird happens. I can't even think of like something like within like what's happening that happens. But I'll say that y'all have been trying to pull away like this whole time during this fight. You finally put enough stress on this material that you do.
I say that Perrin goes to Rin like he's being boosted up, and he puts his hand in, or he puts his foot in Rin's hand, and then Rin lifts him up in the air, and he twists over Rin
Oh wow.
to get the shirt off of him. To get like the
roll acrobatics. Sure. I was trying to make it easy, but okay. Now
24, baby.
okay.
Oh.
You execute this perfectly.
Yes.
You know.
When Perrin gets to the ground, he slightly bows. And he looks at Rin and winks, and then walks away.
Okay.
Like something's on fire and exploded behind him. He just kind of walks away. Yeah.
Okay. So what else you guys do? You're in this place. You're in a city you've never seen before.
Yes.
As I said, like the sky seems like it's blood red. You see these massive chains that appear to be coming out of the ground.
Perrin wants to roll history.
Okay.
And Sleece is going to roll knowledge religion.
Perrin was asleep in that day of history class. He rolled a 7.
Okay.
12.
Okay. You rolling?
Oh yeah. I want to know about this city. So am I doing investigation or perception?
History.
Oh, history. Okay.
I mean, you can roll an investigation. You can roll if you just care about like what's around. You can roll investigation. If you want to know if you know about the background of what this is, you'd roll history.
I'll do history. I got a 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like Perrin is so impressed with the fact that he did this backflip out of your hands that he's just like not really caring about the immediate danger that he might be in. He's just kind of just like
So brand.
silently proud of himself.
On
Like he's
brand.
not saying anything, but he looks like he's internally grinning at himself.
Yes. On brand. He may be externally grinning a little.
Maybe he's internally grinning a little, yes. Celise and Rin, though, once y'all see these big chains, you remember, well, actually, Rin, because I don't think Celise was here, but Rin would remember that when Shaka, actually, Celise was here. When like y'all were walking back to Troll Skull Manor, and Shaka was telling you about what he heard about Thavius and Elturel, he mentioned that Elturel was a city that had vanished off of the face of the Sword Coast and was suspended above the River Styx by massive chains. So it was transported to Avernus, and that Thavius had something to do with it. And that it's like kind of like, you know, these massive chains are suspending it and it's slowly being lowered into like a large ocean part of the River Styx, like because the part that like y'all saw was kind of like a thin little river part.
Right.
This is like almost seems like the source of it, like a huge body of water. So you see the chains, you see a city that you don't like recognize. The sky looks very hellish. Mm-hmm. So you would probably assume like we are on Elturel in Avernus.
Oh,
Didn't we
Lord.
just leave here?
I feel like Celise would say that. So, what do you guys do?
Are you guys passing on that information that we are
Yeah,
El
yeah,
Toro?
yeah, they pass on.
All right, yeah. And I knew it felt unfamiliar. So do we see the demons? Should I?
They're like in the background. There's like devils and demons kind of like prancing around.
Right.
Like there's none in your immediate vicinity.
Okay. What about buildings? Are there any buildings?
It looks like you're in a city.
Okay.
The only difference is that the sky and the chains.
Right.
Otherwise, it just looks like you're in,
Are there people walking around?
not that you see.
Okay.
There might be people in the buildings, but
Right.
Is there an inn
Yeah.
around where we
Perrin's
are?
going to look for a
there's
tavern.
there's nothing that says like tavern on
There's
it.
not like a sign that has like a beer on it or something.
No, but there's just a bunch of buildings, kind of nondescript.
Perrin's going to walk up to the first one and try the door of the first
Okay.
place that he sees.
Okay. Like try to open it, you said?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So as you open that door, you see a similar blackness that looked like when you open the door to the office.
Right.
So like as you open it, it's just blackness inside.
Perrin closes the door, turns back around to his friends, and then looks for the doorway that brought us here that would presumably go back to Troll Skull Manor.
How are you looking for it? Like, what are
With
you?
my eyes?
No, I mean, are you? Because it's not like. What are you looking for?
So Perrin sees this blackness and kind of intuits that these doorways are portals. And so that way, if this doorway in this building is presumably a portal, then that would mean that the doorway that we went through that brought us here is potentially also a portal. So he's looking around to see if he can find it so that maybe we could go back.
There's other buildings with doors in them. I mean, there's
But there
nothing that
isn't
would denote
a door that is open. He's looking for that
Okay,
open.
so just
that open door.
okay, so you're just looking for a place with an open door.
Yes.
Okay, got you.
Yes.
Okay.
So roll.
Yes, roll investigation.
That is a 16.
Okay, yeah. So you see, it looks a little far away. I mean, you can get to it,
Right.
But there is a building that has like a door that is like wide open,
Okay.
and the door, it's far, but it's not far enough that you would not notice that the door looks similar to the door of the office in Troll Skull Manor.
Okay.
Just the door, though, like the building, it looks like a
Right.
completely different
Sure.
building.
So he turns to his friends and he says, it seems we've passed through a portal to the unknown. So these doorways will lead us to particularly unwanted places, perhaps. We should think very hard about where we want to go next. So,
Troll Skull Manor, if we can find it.
well, it looks like that doorway over there. The
Yeah.
door is the same as the doorway to Troll Skull Manor.
Yeah, and as he points it out, you, especially, because you're very familiar with this door, you put Thavius in there, you've been wrestling against it, so you would definitely recognize that the door looks eerily similar to that same door.
So are we going to sit around here or are we going back?
Well,
To the door, I say.
I don't know. How is Corinne? How is Corinne?
Corinne is still on the ground.
Okay.
Does he have to death save or can I do healing on him?
I mean, he definitely passes death saves, but you would need to heal him for sure.
Okay, so while this discussion,
I mean, like he doesn't come back with full
Well,
HP. He comes back with.
I was
like-
asking, so it was like, do I have to do spare the dying,
Right.
or do I just?
Oh
heal
yeah,
him?
no, you can just do a regular heal.
Okay. So while y'all are talking, I'm going to go work on our friend.
All right.
Actually, that should have been up. It's only 1d8. Oh, no, 2d8. Haha. So Thavius gets 12 points back.
Oh, you're
not
healing
Thavius,
Thavius.
not Thavius.
Okay, Thavius.
You keep saying Thavius.
Okay.
Corinne gets 12 points back.
Okay. All right. So he that's enough for him to like open his eyes, and his eyes are just super wide because he's not sure what he's looking at. The last he remembers, he's getting like attacked by a snake in a dark room, and before that, he doesn't know what's going on. So he's like kind of like just in shock. So do you want to go toward this door?
Yes.
Do you want to bring Corinne with you?
Corinne, you said we need to find some people. We are in Elturel.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes. We need to find someone you said you knew. Where are they?
Why did I meet? We have to get back to Waterdeep. What is? Do you know how to get us back to Waterdeep? That's where the Castellaners are. I don't know where we are, but we got to get back to Waterdeep.
Please understand, my friend, that you are in good hands.
Let's just go.
So, then I guess we're all going to walk back to the door.
Who's going to because Corinne would need some support.
I'll help him.
Okay. All right. So as you're getting closer and closer to the door, you feel those devilish snickers getting louder and louder as you're getting to the door. Roll perception.
Oh, gosh.
I am not. Oh, wait, no, I can't.
13.
I'm the one that decided to get these dice. Perception, 13.
Okay. Whoa. Wow. You know, I wasn't going to say 13 would be enough, but because you all got it, it magically becomes enough. Just because the stats on that is pretty awesome. So in your peripheral vision, you see kind of like reflected off of some buildings that there are like a horde of devils that are chasing you.
Oh.
Chasing us?
Yes. So as you're going toward the door, you can see kind of like reflections of what's behind you through like some of the windows. And there is just just in like a immeasurable, which one is it? Immeasurable amount of evil devils that are behind you. Assuming you're continuing to go
through the door?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. As you right before you go through the door, you see what looks like through the reflection you see what looks like a huge green bulbish. It doesn't look like the other devils. It looks like imagine Slimer, but with like a trench coat.
Oh, okay. All right.
It looks like a big green bulbish thing,
Right.
but it's wearing like kind of like a coat and has like kind of like a scepter. And as you go through, he says, "Trollskull Manor is mine." And then you go through the door, and you are back in Trollskull Manor, as if you are entering out of the office.
Oh, okay.
So like you're in the main room, right? And those people that were milling about that weren't paying attention, still milling about. The guy that you gave a drink is still there with the drink. It looks like it's like
no time has passed?
time paused, right? And that's where we're gonna end.
Oh, man.
Great.
All right. Great. All right. So if you have any questions for our characters, not for us as players, for our characters, type question in the chat, followed by your question. So direct it to one of the characters.
Can they have a question for the snail?
Yeah, you have a question for any of the NPCs. It could be the snail. It could be Corinne. It could be Trenchcoat Slimer. It could be, any one of the people that are milling about the manor, because the fancy guy's still there, with his Shirley Temple. So yeah, and of course, any questions for Celeste, Ren, or Perrin as well. So yeah. That is so funny that the person that's joining us next week to continue this is like, that was a lot. I'm sorry, Latia.
Don't be sorry.
I apologize. Question: where'd you get that trench coat, Slimer? Okay. Well, it's in the name. How can I be called Trenchcoat Slimer without the trench coat? Well, actually, Avernus has recently opened up a chain of Burlington coat factories. Over in like Waterdeep, they try to get rid of coat, and they try to make it sound like they're not only selling coats, but here in Avernus,
yes,
it's still Burlington Coat Factory. They can't fool anybody. So sorry, it is Burlington Coat Factory. Question: Snail, how much would a regular size salt shaker do damage to you? Well, why would I tell that? I mean, I'm not going to give them any ideas. I do put some salt on my eggs, though. I do kind of like that, I must say. But don't put salt on me. Question for Celeste: how did it feel dumping all that water onto Perrin and Ren?
I didn't feel bad at all for dumping it on Perrin. I felt kind of bad dumping it on Ren, kind of. I mean, I was alone in the dark for a while. I had no idea where they were, but they did come for me. I was just trying to help. But at least that stupid disguise is off Perrin.
Yeah, that is true. It took 6 episodes to get that disguise off. Question for Duo: what are you up to right now? So he kind of looks back at the camera as you see him pouring whiskey into a huge mug, and you see on the countertop just several oranges and several lemons all cut in half. And like he's just like, oh, I got a new idea. I just invented this drink. This whiskey is half an orange, half a lime, and some garnish. No one's ever heard of this. We're upcharging, baby. We're upcharging for this one. They got to pay if they want to drink.
So wait, so did Duo just basically invent a hot toddy?
He thinks he invented it. He's basically trying to take credit for Ren's creation.
Well, no, because it's not a tea. There's no tea in it.
So
was ice.
Out of context, whenever I've gotten a hot toddy where we go, there's no tea in it.
Oh, really? It's just whiskey and
All right, so the question is: Trenchcoat Slimer what does it say? Father?
A flasher.
We're not answering that.
Yeah, we're not asking that.
Let's not.
Okay, question, Celeste: how did it feel to attack the darkness?
Funnily enough, it was kind of amusing and fun because I couldn't see where I was aiming, but why not?
Yeah. No, actually, it was pretty good. Like you got one of those. I mean, if you didn't get that tentacle, that would have been another attack roll on everybody. So you kind of lowered it a little bit on people. So that was cool. I will say as a DM note, I did not expect that fight to go that long.
Right.
So I just had to end it. But I just had it just like retreat.
I mean, that was legit though.
Just like shell up.
So this is just totally out of character. I was just gonna see if Unseen Servant had any salt.
Oh,
Unseen Servant doesn't just carry things. Well, he doesn't just like pull things out of nowhere.
If any of us had
Unseen Servant has like a fanny pack.
Right.
Unseen fanny pack.
Wouldn't one of? I mean.
Somebody probably.
We're all
had
brown
salt.
folks. Somebody would have seasoning.
Yeah, somebody had some salt.
Yeah. Somebody had some
Unseen salt.
Yeah, cool. All right. Any other questions? Last call for questions, and then we will
Make them good. Make them actual questions.
We'll give some outros after that.
I think we're good.
Okay. Cool.
Get the Lowrys.
Get the Lowrys. All right. So let's do our outros, and we'll talk a little bit about our live show next week as well. So start with Tanya.
My name is Tanya DePass. You can find me everywhere online as Cipher of Tears, CYPHEROFTYR. Next up is next week at C2E2. And then on March 12th, I'm actually DMing a short run of Dragon Age over at Wandering DM's channel. I'm going to have so much fun putting our friends, the Opera Geek and Eugenio, DM Jazzy Hands, through a lot of stress and my encyclopedic knowledge of Dragon Age.
Yes.
And then after that, I'm not going anywhere until St. Jude Summit, where I'm stuck with this guy.
Yeah.
And who is that guy?
Hi. I'm Brandon Stennis. I played Reladon. C2E2 next week with these lovely folks. And then, you can find me on Twitter at I am Brandon TV. You can find me at Twitch at I am Brandon. What's going on with me? Yeah, C2E2. And then I'm going to be starting back up my podcast with Pumpkinberry called Leaving Normal. So if you were a fan of the show Roswell in the 90s, you can check that out. It's all over Google. You can find it.
Google, you can find Google me. Hey guys, I'm Cicero Holmes. I played Perrin Underbow, and you can find me next weekend at C2E2, the Chicago Comics and Entertainment Expo, with all of these lovely folks and the incomparable Latia and the amazing, gone but not forgotten Serena Marie.
Yes.
So really excited for that. And otherwise, on the interwebs, you can find me on all of my social media platforms at Stubby Stan, where you can hear things about this show, Rivals of Waterdeep, or some of my other shows, like the Discovery Debrief podcast, about the latest trek into our favorite trek, Star Trek. This time we're talking Star Trek Picard. Also, hear me on the latest episode of Vidya Game Apocalypse, where I talk about Platinum games, and not the Platinum series of games, but games from the development house, Platinum Games. So, we talk about the Power Team. If you guys are ever interested in the Power Team.
Oh, yeah, there was a Kickstarter for Wonderful 101 on Switch.
That is correct.
Interesting, because I
correct.
actually like that game a lot. All right, so actually, before I get my outro, there was one question in there that I thought I do want to say something about. It was like, is Trenchcoat Slimer the original owner of the manor? I said, you might be onto something. You might be onto something. So I'm Shareef Jackson. You can find all my stuff at shareefjackson.com. Links to all my stuff, including I had a great article. Well, can I call my own articles great?
Yeah.
Great article
Yes.
in the Smithsonian.
I will call it great.
That I really enjoy, that I've been working on for a while. On like one of my personal heroes, Ed Dwight, talking about African Americans in the space program and the intersection with the civil rights movement. So you can find that on my site or on Twitter, all the social media stuff. I'm Shareef Jackson on all social networks. More details on C2E2 live show. So next week, Sunday at the same time, Sunday at noon CST. If you are at C2E2 in Chicago at McCormick Place, we are going to be in room S404. It is a huge room, so if you can come, make sure to show up, represent for Rivals Nation, and we're gonna have our next season, and we will be debuting our newest cast member, Latia Bryant, who is the Lady Tiefling. In Twitch and on Twitter. So
well, hold on. We can't control what people tweet about. So you can ask for no spoilers, but we can't control what folks tweet. Because we're gonna show the episode March 8th.
Yes. Right. Yes. So we will not be broadcasting on Twitch next Sunday. If you are in Chicago, you will see the show, obviously, and then we will broadcast the C2E2 show the following Sunday. Right. On March 15th.
March 8th.
Sorry, on March 8th, yes.
And that will be our show for March 8th.
Exactly. That'll be, so on March 8th on Twitch will be a recording of the March 1st C2E2 show, and then we'll go back to our normal schedule on the 15th.
That is correct.
And
beware the Ides of March.
Oh, yeah. Well, two quick things. If you are able to come to the show, our sponsor, Level Up Dice, has created a nifty little code you can get to save a little bit of money. Yes, I've seen the cards. They're very fancy. So if you come to the show, you will get those cards. And also, a little birdie told me there could be giveaways.
The giveaway, we are giving away Cicero.
Yes.
If you want Cicero,
Hey,
we will be
look,
auctioning him off.
Man,
Hey,
there
give me
is
you would say that
in
during
Black History Month.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about.
Wait, didn't we stop auctioning people in the 1800s?
Look, 2020. No, I can't even finish it. I'm sorry. I can't even finish it. I can't even finish it.
Speaking of Black History Month, you had your great article.
Yes.
You are always doing all the things because I realized, and this isn't because I'm not glad I'm not glad Carlos and Serena are gone, but I realize now we're the only all black cast
I was
of
thinking
a
about that
WotC
today,
show.
actually.
Oh yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
with Latia, we get a +1 to blackness.
Right. We were all POC.
Oh,
but
can we
now
make that a stat? Like,
Yes.
+1 to
Blackness.
blackness.
+1 to blackness.
And
that.
it's the last show of Black History Month because
It
next
is. Oh,
week
yeah?
is March 1st.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, so we can't wait to play with Latia. I can say without spoilers that her character, her background, everything is amazing, and it's definitely something you've not seen on the show before.
Yeah.
So super excited on like how she integrates into the rest of the season. And I mean, Serena hasn't been gone for long, so it's not like we haven't played with her in a while, but it's still awesome.
Yes.
After her diving knee deep into the Critical Role job in LA for her to come back and grace us. So I still don't know if she's playing Ashbourne or Duo or both. I don't know.
Right, yeah. Well,
Either way,
We will have to see, or maybe a new character. I don't know.
We're
But,
just gonna be happy to have her back.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Carlos is not able to make it, but Serena will be there. So.
He will be here in spirit, and I will be here to drop random pop culture references that derail the show in Carlos's honor.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm happy to do it.
All right. And with that, we will see you next week, hopefully at C2E2.
Yes.
If you are not able to be there, then you can watch the recording on the 8th on Twitch at the regular time.
Just come, borrow some money, have a Kickstarter or like a GoFundMe or something like that.
it's kind of hard for Anions to get here from Scotland in a week.
Oh, no, you could do it. I believe in you. Bardic Inspiration.
Wow.
There you go. I have cast it to all of my European friends to go ahead and draw and grab all the
Bye,
monies.
everyone.
All the
Bye,
monies.
everybody.